Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Watch Our Realms video. I've been messing around with these gear recasting hammers. I've done a lot of them. I have a lot of them I'm still gonna do. So I figured I would just share because I see a lot of people asking in Discord and stuff, are they good? Basically, are they good? Should I buy them, right? We got events now that you can get them from. So let me just kind of show you how they work, where you can get them, kind of my 2 cents, all that stuff. So first of all, if you want to get to find how to use them, you just press this Foundry button right here. And then in the upper right, you have this Recast button. And now you can see this recast screen. First of all, there's no sorting features of any sort in here. So there's no way to sort. You can only choose a piece and then look for it. It looks like it organizes it in terms of the better sets first, and then the worst sets. Maybe I'm wrong because, okay, if they're 16. So if they're upgraded to 16, it organizes them by the better sets and then down for the lower sets. I don't know if it's organizing them by BP or what, but it does kind of seem to pick the better pieces at the top and then the worst pieces at the bottom from what I've noticed. So yeah, now one big thing about these is they cannot be used on ancients. You can see there's no ancients in this list. You cannot use them on ancients. The staff or the developers have said that they're going to maybe try to add another currency that is used for ancients. I don't know how I feel about that. Plus they use 500,000 gold to recast. So I do, however, still think these are very free to play friendly, and I'll tell you why. The very first thing is when you're free to play, you spend a lot of gold getting, let me try to find like a really bad one that would be really a good candidate for re-rolling. Something like this, for example, right? So I got 10% crit damage, 10% attack, and 12% crit rate on this piece. If this was on my free to play account, I'd be really bummed about it because it's not often that you're going to get triple DPS stats. On a chess piece, you can only get 3 DPS stats. You can get flat attack, I guess, if you count that, but it has to be ancient to get attack speed to roll on the chest. So this is the best type of item you can get. If this was flat attack instead of flat defense, it would be slightly better. But I think as a free to play, this is a great candidate for a piece because since the stats are so low, it's almost always going to upgrade it. Let me show you. Now, I don't know that I would accept that. It's really hard. It's a big crit damage bonus, but look at the attack now is down to 3%. Quite bad. I have done a lot of these rerolls, especially on the test server, because they gave me like 1,000 of them. So I've just been messing around with them. And I will say, it's hard to get a great upgrade from this. I have yet to get one with 2 yellow upgrades. You can see here again, just kind of not a good roll. So even though I said these are great for free to play, it does cost 500k gold, but that didn't really prove my point at all because it ended up being quite bad. I would maybe accept this one. It really sucks on that crit rate, but you can see, there you go. I've used 2 already, and I've improved the item, but it's not really that improved. So here's the third reroll. Awful. You see what I mean? Awful. I have not been, I do not think these are that great, especially after I've used about 70 of them in here today. I would take that. Would I take that? I don't know that I would. Attack is more important than crit rate in my opinion, so I don't know that I would take this one either. I think your #1 priority is going to be attack for damage dealers, then crit rate, then crit damage. So we're kind of upgrading the wrong things here. That sucks. You do get, however, to choose which one you want to keep, so that's good. Originally, I wasn't sure if you're going to be able to choose, but look at these. I mean, it's kind of cursed rolls, you know what I mean? It's kind of cursed rolls, and I don't know if certain items are more likely to roll bad. In the beginning, when they had rolls, I had thought there was basically like you had lucky items and unlucky items, and lucky items would roll stats better than unlucky items. Like this item seems terribly unlucky to me because you can see all these rerolls, still not like really a great piece. I would probably take this one. I'd probably take this one because you want roughly about 20% attack and you want like 20% crit, I think attack and crit are the most two important stats. So I think I would actually accept that change. So, I mean, that took me, what was that, 7, 10? I wasn't really counting rerolls. So that's kind of how I feel about these. And I have not really had a great amount of luck with re-rolling these. So let's try another really bad item here and see if we can upgrade it, right? So again, I'm looking for triple stats. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter as much because I'm on the test server, so it doesn't really matter. But stuff like this, you know, like this item, I think this is actually one of the items I've already re-rolled like 100 times, and this is the best roll I was able to get. So I'm not really a huge fan of these. Let's see. I started out with 1,000 of these. So how many do I have? Yeah, I've done 54 of these, and I think I've only got one with one single yellow roll. That's pretty much it. So as far as weapons, let's just kind of start. Let's talk about what items I would upgrade and which ones I wouldn't. So first of all, for a weapon, you're going to want something that has at least 3 damage stats on it. I would never use this on something that only has 2 damage stats, right? So let's try to find something that's a good candidate yet again. Again, these are 2, 2. And you really kind of want to have a good set. So I wouldn't do Whirlwind, in my opinion. I would only do Warlord or probably Calamity. Those are probably the only 2 I would do, because at least you can upgrade Calamity later down the road. But I mean, you can kind of do what you want, but yeah, okay, I guess we're not going to do a weapon. Here we go. This is like a weapon, whatever. 3 damage stats. This is something I would definitely reroll. Would I accept this? We lost a little bit of crit, but we gained a good chunk of attack. I might actually take this one. It depends on who you're trying to put the item on as well, right? So if the person already is a little bit over the crit cap, then you're fine losing a couple crit. That's fine. So that's weapons. I would only do things that have at least 3 damage stats. I would only do damage dealer gear. I wouldn't do any healing gear, tank gear. I would never use these on that. Only damage dealers. That's the most important part of your account. That's what you should focus on. Now, chest, same thing. Triple damage stats, right? So I do not include flat attack, as I think that's like a half of a damage stat, honestly. So again, you're looking for something that has 3 damage stats. I really wish you could filter. Like this is 2.5 damage stats. There's a triple. Okay, so here's a triple. Let's try to re-roll this one. Let's see what we get. So see, I thought this one would be easy to upgrade and easy to get a better roll, but this is worse. It's worse. Attack went down a lot. Crit damage, the crit went up a tiny bit, but that's worse. So I have not had good luck with these. I do not think these are very valuable. The reason why I really wanted to test this was because right now in the Immortal Codex, you can purchase these or you can purchase Ancient Shards. I don't think either are super valuable. Again, Ancient Shards often end in a blue, but you can get super lucky and get really good heroes from Ancient Shards. This, however, you got to get extremely lucky just to be able to keep the change. You know what I mean? This one I would absolutely keep. That is an improvement, hands down. Every single number went up. I like it shows you like the green upgrade, like saying like, yeah, it went up or down, right? So down, up, down, down, right? So most of them went down, so I would still keep it. Okay, now I'll show you some of these on some of these sets. Again, it looks like it does the gold sets up top and then the other sets down. Here's a great example. It is a crit rate bangle, which a lot of people say are not very good, but I find myself often getting attack and crit damage substats. So a crit rate bangle is not that awful, especially this one with triple damage stats. So let's try it on this one, right? Here's this. I think this would be a good candidate. Again, I would take that change, right? So you gained a big chunk of attack, you gained a big chunk of crit damage, and you barely lost a little bit of attack speed. I would call that a win. I would call that a win. I would accept that, absolutely. So that is pretty cool. Big fan of that reroll there. But I think most of the time you're going to try to go for maybe an attack or a crit damage one. This one's not awful with rage regen on it, but again, I think people are really going to like this one. Is borderline, right? It is an Infernal Roar set. It is attack, but unfortunately it only has 2 damage stats. I personally think you really should, maybe this one's a little bit better. It doesn't have crit rate though. It doesn't have crit rate. Let's find one that actually has 3 damage stats. This one is decent, but the stats are already decently rolled, so not that great. This one again is very similar. Very similar. Wait, what was this one? Defense, crit, healing. Yeah, very similar. Very similar. Again, I'm looking for stuff that has triple damage stats, which I don't seem to have a lot of. And stuff like this, Dolores obviously can't have attack speed, so this is not useful to reroll. I really wouldn't use it on healers. I would really try to use this on damage dealers. I really, really, really would. Now, again, you can do sets like this, which are able to be upgraded. At least if you're going to do that, at least pick one that's able to be upgraded, right? So here's the ones that are able to be upgraded, right? This set right here. This set obviously goes to the Invig set, and then this set here. I would definitely, if you don't have like the gold gear like this, these ascended gear sets, at least try to use a set that you can upgrade, because you're putting a lot of currency into these items, so you really do want to be able to upgrade them. So let me just show you maybe a couple more rerolls, couple more. Maybe we'll just try to reroll a lot very quickly to see if we can get something cool. Let me just find a piece first. Here you go. Attack, crit. It doesn't have attack speed. You would really want this ideally to have attack speed. But let's just pick this one and run with it, okay? So here we go. We got all blue rolls. We at least have 2.5 damage stats here. I just want to show you what kind of rolls you get. We're just going to rapid fire a bunch of these upgrades, and I'll show you that they often roll blue or worse. They really often roll blue or worse. I think blue just means like super common. I think purple means it's kind of rare, and then gold is like almost non-existent. I've only seen one gold roll on almost 100 rerolls now. So you really do not get a lot of gold rolls. And try not to double down on the same item 50 times, you know what I mean? Because as you'll see, it's really hard to get an upgrade. It really is, right? So would I consider this an upgrade? Probably. I would maybe consider this an upgrade, just because crit I think is very important. However, you lost a lot of flat attack. That's kind of a side grade. I don't know. It depends on if you needed crit or, you know, crit damage more on that person. It's also hard to get in here. You can't get into this menu unless you go directly into this menu. You can't like go to a hero, find a bad piece of gear, and then re-roll from there. You can't. You have to come into this separate gear recasting menu thingy. Now that one's pretty solid. I like that. That's a good upgrade, okay? That's a good upgrade. Let's move to a different piece. And then we'll end this video kind of soon here. But I just really wanted to kind of... I was sitting here re-rolling these, and I was like, damn, these are really unlucky. I better make a video about this, because I have seen a lot of people asking questions, you know, how good is all of... are these recast hammers or stones or whatever they call them? And I'm going to say that it's not very often that you get big improvements. We're going to lose some crit rate, so I don't think that's a good one. Again, these are not super lucky. I mean, you have to just, I guess you got to get really lucky to get a huge upgrade. There you go. That one's good. 100% would take that one. So, okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about this, just talk about these recast hammers. I had a couple questions about them. A lot of people are saying, hey, should I get these out of the shop? Now, there's only a couple places you can get these, so if I get way out of here, I was like super deep in the menus here. You can get them from the Immortal Codex, which is not active on the test server. I'm on the test server, as I said. So they're not active here. You can get them from, you used to be able to get them from here. They took them out of here. Sounds like they're basically moved them to events. So they're coming in events. I don't see another place to buy them currently. I've never seen them pop up in here. So it's really like they're coming from events like the Immortal Codex currently. But anyways, that's it for the video, guys. I wanted to show you my recasting. I was doing some recasting on my test server account to try to improve the account, because I've been trying to clear all the dungeons with epics. I'm going to try to make a video series on that. But that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had any questions about gear recasting, there you go. 500K to do it. You get to pick which one you want. And it's not super lucky, so be careful using a lot of them, and maybe I would not prioritize them in events. Don't forget they take 500K gold. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.